Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today from Manhood.
Where the niggas at who paying bills? Cause I'm not doing this shit no more. Like I'm done. I'm so fucking done. Now I see why these women out here like living good. What a nigga paying?
What, you barely figured out that the women that are getting taken care of, that are housewives and house mothers or homemakers or whatever, are actually living the good life? You're barely figuring that out?
And they bills, like, where are they? Because I'm not doing this no more. Like, the car insurance going up, I'm paying rent, I gotta buy food, I gotta take care of everything. I'm not doing this anymore. Now I see why people stay in relationships and they're miserable. At least the bills paid. I'm not doing this no more.
See, they don't mind being miserable. Not all by themselves. They need someone to take care of the bills and then still be miserable.
Niggas who spend money, who pay all the bills, where they at?
Winter has arrived for so many women, and this is why you see an uptick in dating content and women talking about how the dating pool has piss in it, because they're in an economic bind.
They are.
The economy is getting worse for so many women, and
it's just getting worse for so many people in general. Women are also feeling it. That's the thing, right? And women feel it worse than men, in my opinion, because men can still do shitty jobs. We're still willing to do a lot of shitty jobs to get by. Women are not.
Bills still keep coming in, and they're just like, man, I need a man. I need some help. But you notice they're not saying I need a man for anything that a man would want, like in a woman, or in other words, for anything that a man would provide that he would enjoy. They are desperate for men because they need economic help. But what's so funny is that what makes women think like this? What makes them think that all a man is doing is waiting to be the helper, waiting to be Captain Save-A, you know what I mean, Captain Save-A 304, or Captain Save-A-Woman. It doesn't have to be a 304. Why do you think men are just waiting around to come save a woman? And how
that is crazy that a lot of these women seem to think that men are just out there earning their asses off, working so hard, destroying their bodies to earn money and just wait to give it to them.
How are you going to get in relationship with a man? That's going to determine if a man is going to be helping you or not, isn't it? So it seems to me that instead of women coming on here panhandling and complaining, why don't you make yourself a more desirable woman so that a man picks you and then he will help you?
The economic situation is so bad for this woman and her friends now, she wants to go back to a relationship with a man just to get her bills paid. Meanwhile, we are thriving.
I was watching this video
We have less bills because there's no women.
of a guy saying how all his single male friends that are in their 30s and 40s who have been single for a while are all much more financially stable.
Guys, the last 5 years after my divorce, yeah, I have a lot more money
than when they were in relationships. And I believe that to be true. As a single male for quite some time, my financial security has basically gone away. Insecurity has gone away. I've basically tripled my net worth. Obviously, I've worked for some of that. But the reason is I don't spend money on things that don't matter. For example, the women in my life, mainly family, still want to spend my money on stuff that doesn't matter. Like, oh, you need to decorate your house with fall pumpkins and all.
I don't even have a couch. I tell you guys this all the time. My living room is literally bare because I don't stay in my house that often because I'm either in my studio or at the donut shop. I don't have couches. I don't entertain guests. People don't come over my house. Nobody's really watching or hanging out here. So what the hell I need a couch for?
All this stuff in your front yard, which costs hundreds of dollars. I don't need to do that. Now add those little things up over and over and over.
Every month,
over
every
again.
holiday.
That's thousands of dollars a year that you're spending money on shit that dudes really don't give a shit about.
We single men are not just surviving this financial crisis, we are actually thriving. Our financial stability is getting better with time, but these women can't figure out how. Hello, and welcome back. So today, we're breaking it down, how we have managed to get richer with time, the habits, the mindsets, and strategies that are helping us win while women are in survival mode.
If he has money, a nice car, a nice house, a stable job where he makes over 6 figures and he's successful, why is this guy single? I mean, what could be so fundamentally wrong with this guy? There must be something wrong with this guy. Yeah, those are questions that I hear from women online all the time whenever they see a man who's successful.
It's like they just think men become successful so they can marry women or just give women their money. Again, women really do truly think this. And it's just like, you don't think this man realize you guys are demons? And he knows to avoid demons? He doesn't have to be a priest or an exorcist to understand that.
But he's single. And, you know, a lot of modern women don't even understand or realize how crazy of a question that is. But then again, I understand why they ask that question, and it's so they can't fathom it. It's because most modern women live life on easy mode, and they don't really have a proclivity or any, you know, burden of performance to create anything. They could just get taken care of by a man. So they don't understand how hard it is for a guy to actually get to that level of success. But to answer the question,
I mean, what he said, house, nice car, 6 figures, money in the bank, that shit ain't easy.
right, simply and concisely, there's nothing wrong with those men, right? There's nothing wrong with a man.
If anything, those men are the smartest, brightest men out there because they know what the hell's going on. They're avoiding demons.
There's nothing wrong with that man. He's just being true. He's just choosing to be single. You see, there's this magical thing that happens whenever a guy becomes successful. And that is that now he has options.
Yep.
Now he can do whatever the hell he wants.
They always paint us being wealthy and single as a problem. We see that as freedom and financial independence. There is absolutely nothing wrong with us.
How do you make money as an investor? The people who don't know think the way you do it is by buying good assets, a good building, stock in a good company, or something like that. That is not the secret for success. The secret for success in investing is buying things for less than they're worth. Because what determines the success of an investor is not what he buys, but what he pays for it. And if you buy a high quality asset, but you overpay for it, you're in big trouble.
True.
You can buy a very low quality asset, but if you pay less than it's worth, chances are you're going to make money.
We studied and invested in index funds, real estate, crypto, and side businesses. We did not
Side hustles, donut shops. It's a thing. I'm telling you guys. You want some donut shop tips? Let me know. I'm willing to share my hundreds of years worth of knowledge from my family and in the industry that my family has collected over the last 40 years. If you can literally combine every single one of my family members' knowledge and experience in donuts and then donut shops, it's probably equal to, 200-300 years worth of experience.
not post about it on social media, but women are noticing now. They are confused how we are managing to thrive.
You have to learn to say no to women. Men,
Yeah.
when you're 18 years old, there's not a lot of beautiful women that are hitting you up like, hey, can I come over tonight? Hey, can we watch a movie tonight? It's not something that men experience, where women are programmed and more geared towards dealing with it at a very early age. Women are okay with saying, no, I gotta sleep early. Men, they're like, yo, she wants to hit me up. They'll put their entire schedule aside, because I think a lot of guys when they're young, they think that their purpose is dealing with women. And that can sometimes stay there even when you become very successful.
We are also turning down all the BS women want us to spend on, the bachelor parties, dinners and drinks. These costs add up to thousands of dollars a year. That is why we are saying no to spending money to impress people who don't pay their bills.
The working world is not made for mothers with small villages. Like, I am trying so hard to find a job. I just came from my third job interview. And the job I applied for was 8 to 4, which was already going to cut it close. My kids' school won't even let me drop them off till 7:50, so I was going to be racing it. And they were going to have to do an after-school program, which the after-school program I figured, because it's hard to find a job that will let you off before 4 or even 5 o'clock. So I knew the afternoon part. But at least make the jobs at like 8:30 so we can get our children to school and get them to sitters. Like, you want stay-at-home.
But that's not how businesses work. My business opens at 5 a.m. You want me to just open later so you can take your kids to school? Yeah, my customers don't give a fuck about that. They want their donuts and their coffee at 5 in the morning.
Moms to work and blah blah blah, but you don't give us the opportunity to do that. Like, I do not have a big village where I can expect people to get my kids to school.
And I don't have a big business to where I have people just willy-nilly coming in and being able to fill in whatever roles they want. I need you in at particular times and particular shifts because that's all I have to offer.
And get them from school. I am trying, but this is freaking frustrating. This is so frustrating. Like, why can't it be easier to find a job to make an income for your family but still be able to be a parent? Like, I just don't understand why work times aren't like 8:30 to 4 is fine, or 4:30 or 5. Like, I'll figure out the afternoons, but at least make it more able for me to at least get my children to school and my toddler to a sitter. Like, what do people expect you to do? I'm crashing out. This is so frustrating.
Meanwhile, this is their financial situation. Problems all over. They are looking for jobs, bills are waiting, and nothing is working. So they come to cry here on social media.
What about the bear?
I say all women are gold diggers. Some are just better at hiding the shovel. You've done it a couple of times here by masking it under ambition and time. Yeah. But in general, every girl has a shovel. Some just hide it. And they say, oh no, I want ambition and education. Some say, no, fuck that shit. I need you to make $1 million a year. And they have it overtly. But the point is this. Women always care about your ability to create a future, make money, and have status. But women sit here and try to lie and say it's about time or personality and how they feel. There's a bunch of nice homeless guys down the street right now.
Women are just expensive liabilities, nothing more. They want weddings, shopping for useless stuff, a lifestyle, and later divorce settlements. Not to mention they are always sick and lazy.
Can we talk about how men don't offer to buy girls drinks at the bar anymore? I've been single for 6 years and I can count on one hand how many times a guy has offered to buy me a drink. But it's not just that, it's
those 5 men need to get Sean Connery.
Guys coming up and approaching girls in general is so scarce these days. I'm like...
Yeah, because good women are damn scarce themselves.
We as women have almost made it where we're like, leave us alone, so much to the point that they really are.
Love, why would they? What benefit does a man get by buying you a drink or approaching you? Nothing, right? Because unless you are...
If anything, he just loses money and gets kind of shattered on with you and your group of friends afterwards because she used you for free drinks. Trust me, guys. Like, I literally have some girls that literally tell me stories of just how they use men for free drinks and free stuff all the time. And I can't even like be mad at these girls because these men offer it. They want to do this for these women. It's not like these women asked. So I'm like, and I can understand. If you're just willing to do things for me without me asking, it's hard for me to say no.
Interested in that man, he won't receive anything in return. Relationships between men and women, especially between men and women, are about give and take. Whatever I'm willing to pour in, you need to return the same effort. And it doesn't have to be in the same way. If a man is buying you drinks and, let's say, wining and dining you, giving you a good time, right? A nice experience, talking to you
don't give him a fucking attitude.
Sweetly, building your confidence, giving you compliments, he's gonna want to clap cheeks. At the bare minimum, he should be getting some ass. And if
bro went there really quick, and I thought that's where he was going. I gave him the benefit of the doubt in the beginning, but
if he's not, that's a waste of time. Which is crazy that a lot of women come online as if they're entitled to special treatment just for being a woman. That's outlandish. You have to earn that treatment. And if you're not willing to, don't expect men to treat you as a girlfriend if you're not treating him as a boyfriend.
I agree with everything. I'm just expecting cheeks, but I see where he's getting at is girlfriend and boyfriend. If you're not giving him sex, you expect your boyfriend to treat you well and buy you stuff constantly? How does that make sense?
It's so easy. Even a fucking caveman can do it.
We are no longer spending anything on them. Every dollar we earn goes directly toward their own goals, achieving financial freedom. That is why we are investing, saving, and growing business.
Or they're using it to use and abuse women sometimes. I'm not saying like when I say use and abuse, people think I'm like saying it in a bad way. I'm like, no, I mean use and abuse is just like, oh, you know, you slept with women because that's how women see it. If you sleep with them and not be in a relationship with them, you used and abused them. That's why I always say it that way.
Here we go. You got all the time in the world to tell me one thing that women are better than men at.
Parenting.
Okay. I told you single fathers do better than single mothers. There's evidence that shows this. Single fathers, the kids end up doing less crime, less drugs, less degenerate. So what's another one?
Cooking.
The top chefs are all men. They're not women. So give me another example of how women are better than men. Go ahead.
That's all you had.
When these women were young and enjoying life, we went through job losses, low starting salaries, living in small apartments. That struggle trained us. That's why we are better than them in everything.
Struggle always makes the person, right? Some people struggle a lot. They become very solid, hard people. I'm not saying like solid, hard as in a bad way. It's just they become very good people for themselves, like a good, solid person, right? The people that never get seen adversity, oh my God, these people are weak.
A man who can wash, cook, and clean and know how to budget his money cannot be manipulated by a woman. Independence remove leverage. Competence create confidence. And a man who can take care of himself choose a woman he doesn't have to depend on. Be this man.
We learned how to cook and clean at home, cut subscriptions, save and invest for a bad night. Now that the financial crisis is here, we can't feel it. Life has never been this good. We are financially independent.
I'm not saying you guys aren't feeling it out there, but I'm sure a lot of you guys in the last year or two has been stacking bread. And good on you for stacking bread.
If a man does not spend money on me, there is no point. I do not continue the relationship. There is absolutely no purpose that man serves in my life. And the standard is so easy to uphold because either men act right and start spending money on you and take you seriously, or you literally just go get another man. There are so many men. Like, I don't think men understand, like, the options are freaking endless. If you don't
to get freaking backshot.
act right, Jim, Tim, and Billy Bob Joe will.
You can tell this woman will end up as a broke single mother of 4 with no one to help her. She only wants to eat expensive food and go shopping. She doesn't know that we are no longer doing that.
I need your help on this one. So how are we in our 50s looking for work? I need to better understand what's happening to the market. I'm applying. I'm not interviewing.
I literally have 3 elderly ladies working for me. Like, they're very good at their job. They've been in the donut industry for a very long time, so they actually have leverage on me. That they're so good at their job, I'm willing to give them whatever days and shift they want. That's how good they are, right? And they're in their 50s and 60s. I even have one lady who's in her 70s. She's my aunt, but I'm just saying.
Getting phone calls. I was terminated back in July. I've applied to at least 300 jobs. And I think I've done 1 interview. So what are we doing in our 50s to find work?
A single income in this economy is a risk. This woman does not understand that. We men understood that early. That is why we went into freelancing, content creation, and online businesses.
I mean, when we talk about hustling and side hustles, it's mostly men. We know this. We know men are just hustling their asses off. Why? Because money's important, and men know that we cannot get free money. We have to earn our damn money.
So when one dries up, others keep flowing.
You're only gonna get rich if you talk to rich people about money. You need to be surrounded by rich people. You need to have rich friends. You need to be having money conversations. You need to be sitting down, dedicating 2 hours of your life, getting a coffee, sitting there and talking about money. What money is, where it comes from, how to make it, what country to send it to, how to avoid the tax, how to boom.
I tell you this now, me and Chris, we don't probably talk about it every day, but we talk about this once a week, about pretty much the things that are being listed. How to avoid taxes, how to make more money, how to expand, how to like you leverage other people's money, like, you know, investors and stuff like that. We just constantly talk about money because that's all that's on our mind.
Boom, boom, money, money, money. And it needs to be what you talk about until you sit there and go, oh, okay, let me try this. Boom, I start to make a little bit of money.
When women are busy having gossip friends and going to concerts, we are only making friends who share knowledge, opportunities, and skills. Our network is a financial safety net that no single woman can pull off.
This is so true. Like, my network of friends and business partners of different businesses and different avenues is pretty solid.
I always tell guys, protect your meat. It's money, energy, attention, and time. That's the most important thing for women. If you give up your money easily, she's going to use you until you run out of money.
I can measure the money looking at my statement.
Your energy is everything. Women don't give men energy, they deplete it. So we are the source of energy for them.
Most men do not get energy back from women. Case in point, have you ever had a conversation with a woman? What is the majority of the conversation? It is normally her telling you something.
Attention is what they thrive on. That is her currency.
I can measure the attention by monitoring how much screen time I pay to you.
And time is everything for you. If you give your time away, if you do that over and over again, you don't have time.
The time that you spend with her going to her family event, you can measure the time. Ladies, what do I get back from you? You get me. Before she was with you, she's tried this transactional relationship dozens and dozens of times and came up Owen, as I call it, Owen 50.
He is absolutely right. Our money and time is not up for exploitation anymore. You can see the struggles they are going through because we are not helping anymore.
A stingy boyfriend have a higher chance of making it in the future than a generous boyfriend.
True.
Sir, take care of your finances.
They have tried to
I like
call
her.
us stingy, frugal, and selfish.
She looks a little weird, but I like her.
None is working. We are getting better and richer. They, on the other hand, are living paycheck to paycheck.
You work your real job, you get your side hustle, you work that side hustle until it makes as much money, if not more than your side hustle.
That's what I did. YouTube was my side hustle. I worked it until it made more than my real job, quit my real job, and started other businesses. And now I have a few other businesses with the YouTube.
Job, then you can make the conscious decision to tell your boss, fuck off, I'm gonna go ahead and become an entrepreneur. But that's gonna take time and a lot of effort, and you're gonna have to make sacrifices. Fuck the bitches, fuck the vacations, fuck the banning bullshit. You really have to sacrifice if you want to do this shit. This is the dark side that no one's gonna fucking tell you.
If you are a man,
you have to eat rice and eggs for a whole year. Why? Because you don't want to spend that extra money on anything else. Just the bare basics. Rent, rice and eggs every day, and get to work.
know that this is the way out. Work hard, leave your 9 to 5 and keep investigating. Do not spend on women. Let them suffer the consequences of making poor financial choices.
Guys, buy assets and not liabilities. Why do you guys think we push you guys so hard with cryptocurrency, real estate. etc.? And then the key is, once you make that money, you need to start investing it, not in fucking clothes, not in sneakers, not in fuck shit. You need to invest in things that are going to help you make more money. Okay.
Guys, I dropped $500,000 on the new donut shop. Why did I drop $500,000? I could have bought a house. I could have just got a house to live in. But the house that I live in doesn't make me money. Yes, it's an investment if I sell it later, right? And the first, 10 years of my life paying that property off is just going to be mostly interest. I'd rather have bought a business that generates income every month, every day. Yes, it requires me a lot more work. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's an asset that generates money. All I need to do is be able to put the right people in place and have them help me run it. And now I have a money printing machine, in a sense, that I bought. But I need to fix the machine to make it work for me.
Okay?
Let us keep working hard and buying assets, make more money and take control of the bills and invest the difference. That is how we are achieve financial independence.
If you didn't make it in your 20s, you can make it in your 30s. And if you didn't make it in your 30s, you can make it in your 40s. And if you didn't make it in your 40s, you can make it in your 50s. And just remember Grandma Moses. She was a painter. And she didn't start painting until, I think, in her 80s. And one of the most prolific painters.
Never too late.
Never too late.
Never
So
too
have fun. That's what it's all about.
Gents, we don't have a biological clock. The
We
goal
don't?
is to be rich and free. Let's keep waking up.
Just don't be too old, because you might be crippled. and a lot of health issues. That's why you got to stay healthy, get to the gym, eat right.
Early and showing up. Let's keep ignoring these leftover women. We are the prize. We are worth more than they can ever be.
Manhood is right. We are worth more than what they can ever be. Why? Because we produce, we create. That's the great thing about being a man. We generate. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And see you guys next time. Ciao.